Hello, how's it going? Boy, oh boy, it's been a while. But I have to return naturally because it's Mortenax Blade trailer day. And, we have a good track record for characters that are fire and nihility in that specific combination. And, I'm a nihility gamer, so I need to get him and his light cone when he releases. I am incredibly hyped for this. And while I don't really have the best grasp of Plain Arcadia, I'm really hyped for this trailer. Let us begin. Ooh. The blood effect, the little animation. Oh. This is so cool. I like this blade against himself, similar to what was like Dan Hong versus Dan Feng. Yo, that's sick. That is so cool. So he sinks his blade into himself to be sort of reborn anew, I guess? Wait, that is... These animations are sick. That is beautiful, actually. What the hell? Kafka naturally not being there. Oh, that animation at the end. The fact that it's made of steel, being forged, the title. That one was a sick way of ending. I do have to say, immediately from the start, in love with the way that this trailer was showcased. Because we get to see him in the sort of funeral, right? Him fighting off what I'm assuming is the abundance. Because, he's not right of mind, but it's because he's fighting control over being Mara struck. And just this entire thing. I thought at first it was a card, but no, that's just like him getting sort of like the blood. This frame, where immediately it's him sinking into the water, is, I think, one of my favorite things. Because again, I think when I see water and I see like these elements, the first thing that sort of comes to mind is Dan Hong's trailer, especially how he was fighting Dan Feng in that like memory within water. So that is just so good, and how he's sort of diving deeper and deeper, and then you change to the other scenery. You go from the calm blue to like this very aggressive red. I'm a big fan of this, and I'm glad that they use like Blade's sort of original character model. That is actually insanely cool. Also, seeing the character model for Genshin, freaking epic. Also, again, I keep saying also, but whoever designed this image, oh my goodness, it's so good. Unironically love it. I do have to say, I can barely see, like, you're supposed to always see the character, the name, and the element being highlighted. It's kind of hard to see. I only just noticed because I'm overanalyzing the hell out of this video and pausing. I would not have seen that. But it's good that it blends in because the main image is like the focus of it all. I love them adding like these elements of him being a forger. It's so good. Him being a blacksmith and like actually having these elements here is amazing. And for example, I do like how even in this trailer, I would have loved pausing in like a different frame. Hold on, let's see. Well, not that one, but that is just epic. You know, at the very beginning, before he actually starts fighting, I believe. Yeah, there's a meditation there. I love this so freaking much because the main thing for Blade is that he's angry, out of control. Not necessarily out of control, but he is definitely not attuned to his emotions. He's still a calm person, but when it's time to sort of pop off, we see him be a little bit more insane. I like how this one, even though yes, it is a bit insane, feels a lot more in control. And I'm a very big fan of that. Like they've done such an amazing job with like the character design. I cannot wait to actually experience all this in the story. That boom. Even the word tempering, right? Like that's just so good. And you know, again, we went from all of like the dark red to now of sort of calming blue in a place where he's comfortable, he's comfy, he can relax. I big fan, big fan. I feel like I'm overly yapping in all of this, but I just needed to mention all the things that I adored. And well, as we saw before, the Star Rail logo switching from fire to this cinema. Anyways, with all that being said, this trailer was surprisingly a lot shorter than I expected, but it was still a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. And whether you watch this night, morning, whatever times you're currently watching this, have a good night, good morning, good day, good afternoon. That's the correct word. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.